Hello viewers, myself Asma Parveen. Today's my topic is administration of Shivaji. Shivaji's administration. Shivaji was also a great administrator beside being an empire builder. His administration was based partly on the political principles as given in the Arthasastra of Kautilya and partly on the system existing in the Deccan Sultanate and Mughal Empire, following are the silent features of the administrative system. His administration, central government, the king. The king was the head of the administration. He was a despot. All powers, civil, military, and judicial, were concentrated in his hand. But Shivaji was a benevolent despot. In practice, he exercised all these powers with the help of his ministers. Ashtapradhans. Shivaji discharged his royal duties with the help of Ashtapradhans or eight ministers. He early laid down the responsibilities of these ministers. The functions of these ministers were purely advisory, but they left much work in their hands, following are the ministers and the departments allotted to them. Peshwa. He was a minister, he represented the king in his absence. He supervised the work of other ministers and looked after the general welfare of the people. Amatya. It is his duty to check all the accounts of income and expenditure. Third one is Mandri. He maintained the diary of the activities of the court. He also acted as palace chamberlain. Sachiva. He was in charge of the correspondence of the king. Senapati. He was in charge of recruitment, organization, and discipline of the army. Sumant. His duty was to advise the king on matters relating to foreign states. Pandit Rao. He was in charge of religious affairs and charities. He was the censor of public morals. Nyandisha. He was the chief justice in the kingdom next to king. He looked after the administration of justice. All the above ministers except Pandit Rao and Nyandisha were required to command armies and led expeditions. Next one is provincial and local administration. Shivaji's kingdom, Swarajya, was divided into four provinces, each under a viceroy. The provinces were divided into the prants into paraganas and tariffs, and the letters into villages. Villages was the lowest unit of administration. Mukhya Deshakari was the head of the administration of prant. Havaldar was the chief officer of tariff. Patel and Kulgani were village officers. Military organization, strength of army. Shivaji was a great military genius. He maintained a well organized and disciplined force. At the time of his death, his army consists of 45,000 state cavalry, 60,000 Silhedar cavalry, and 1 lakh Mawali infantry. There were 300 elephants. Shivaji built a fleet, a Kolaba cavalry. 25 troops form a unit under Havaldar. Over 5 Havaldars, there was a Jumladar. There was a Hazari over 10 Jumladars. Other higher rank in the cavalry were 5 Hazaris and Sare Nobat. Then infantry. The head of the smallest infantry unit was Nayak. There was a Havaldar over 5 Nayaks. 2 Havaldar were placed under Jumladar. Over 10 Jumladars were placed a Hazari. There was a Sari Naubat of infantry over 7 Hazaris. Forts. Forts plays an important role in the protection of Swarajya. Every fort was placed under 3 officers of equal rank. They were Havaldar, Sabins, and the Sari Nobat. It was so arranged as to keep watch on one another. Then discipline. Shivaji maintained strict discipline in his army. Violation of discipline was punished severely. No women were permitted to accompany the troops. Women and children of enemy were to be protected. Brahmins were to be let alone. Cows were exempted from seizure. Precious stones seized by troops were to be sent to the royal treasury. State paid army. It was a practice with the Marathas to work for half the year upon their fields and to spend the dry season in wars. Shivaji considered that system defective. He introduced a system of maintaining a regular state paid army. During the rainy season, the soldiers were provided with quarters and they were given regular salaries for the whole year. Senapati of Ashtrapradhans was the supreme commander of the forces. Generally, the king used to lead the forces in times of war. Next one is revenue administration, land revenue. Shivaji advised his revenue administration on model of Todarmal and Malik Ambar. The revenue settlements was based on measurement and classification of the lands. The share of the state was fixed at two-fifths of the gross produce. Shivaji appointed revenue collectors. There were no middlemen. His system was Rayotwari. In times of famines, etc., grains and also money for the purchase of seeds were advanced to the peasants. They were allowed to repay such loans in easy installments. As far as possible, he was against the grants of jagirs in lieu of salaries of their officers. Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. Shivaji collected Chauth and Sardeshmukhi taxes from the people living on the territories outside Swarajya territory. Chauth amounted to one-fourth of the standing revenue assessment of the place. Sardeshmukhi was an additional levy of 10% of the gross produce. They were means of buying off the enemy. Judicial administration. The administration of justice under Shivaji was of a primitive nature. There were no regular courts, nor there were any regular procedure for the conduct of justice. In the villages, the panchayats continued to decide judicial cases. Trial by ordeal was in vogue. The criminal cases were decided by Patels, Nayandishas, or Chief Justice. Decided civil and criminal cases of appeal of original on the basis of Dharma Sastras. Religious policy. Shivaji granted religious toleration to the followers of all religions though he was an orthodox Hindu, he granted full religious freedom to Muslims. He showed great respect to Muslims, saints, and Quran. In state services, also in the army and navy departments, he employed many Muslims. Khafi Khan, the vehement critic of Shivaji, praised Shivaji for his toleration to Muslim religion, women, and children. Estimate. Shivaji was the founder of independent Maratha kingdom. He rose from a humble position of a small Jagirdar to that of the Chhatrapati only by his efforts. He was a daring soldier, great warrior. He was a daring soldier, great warrior, and able general. Even Aurangzeb admitted that Shivaji was a great administrator. His administration aimed at giving his subjects peace, universal toleration, and equal opportunities to all. Though Shivaji was an Orthodox Hindu, he treated Muslim saints with respect and granted lands and eh, annuities to Muslim shrines. Khafi Khan. Shivaji made it a rule that whenever his followers went plundering. They should do no harm to the mosque, the book of God. Thank you.